Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another 3DS Game Ideas discussion. And this time I'm going to be talking about the Samurai Jazz Bundle, which the Samurai Jazz games are made by a developer called Blaze Epic, who I believe is a single developer, and he makes smaller retro-style games. And I personally like his games, at least as far as what I've played. I've played both the original Samurai Jazz as well as the game Shin Samurai Jazz, which was the follow-up to the original. And they're both pretty good games. They're fairly difficult for what they are. I mean, they're not like extreme difficulty where it's something you can't really handle. It's like the difficulty where you make a mistake, it's kind of your fault. It's designed with you having the abilities in mind in both of those games that you basically are ready to go once you get your bearings in this game, as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing. And I can honestly say that because I've played both of them. They're actually pretty cheap on Steam. They're 99 cents each, unless you decide to purchase the bundle. Then I think it's $148 to get both of them together. But that being said, Samurai Jazz plays in a sort of like a beat 'em up style. I mean, it's not like Final Fight or Streets of Rage or like Rival Turf or anything like that, but it plays in that sort of setup where you can move up and down the screen side to side, and you have options of things that you can do. The game does expressly tell you how to do stuff, even though and there are civilians and people around that you can talk to in either of these games that will give you hints as to what you need to do to move forward. And for me, I have again enjoyed both games. Like, I like them both. I beat Shin Samurai Jazz because that was the one I ended up with first. And I've only just started playing Samurai Jazz, but I'll probably run through that in not too long, because both of them, they're short games, but they're interesting. And I like the aesthetic for both of them. For one, to add, I mean, you see it on the screen. I'm not even going to go through describing it because I did the gameplay for it. But I like both of them. Like, they're good. Samurai Jazz is more highly rated on Steam than Shin Samurai Jazz is, and I think that's because of the difficulty of Shin Samurai Jazz. It's far more difficult than the first game. Samurai Jazz, let's say, it plays in the beat 'em up style, whereas Shin Samurai Jazz is more of a platformer. But the way you attack and defend in both games is the same. Like, you attack and defend in both games the exact same way. It's just in Shin Samurai Jazz, you're only doing it on a 2D plane. Samurai Jazz, you have to block facing whatever direction your enemies are coming from. Because if you're not, then you're just going to keep getting hit. But to me, they're both fun. And I like them both, and that's why I'm promoting them both. And in the 3DS would be a good spot to throw them on as a testing ground to see who would like them. Plus, 3DS is going out, so having a game on it this late in its life, especially for people or kids. Well, I wouldn't suggest this game for kids, but having these games out for people who may still want stuff for their 3DS. They'll enjoy it. It's short and simple of it. They'll enjoy it, and they'll sit down and play it and be like, okay, yeah, this is a cool little game. Plus, it's something you can play and be done with in an hour. You don't have to sit on it for days on end, and the chapters are laid out as you beat them for you to be able to go back to them after you beat them. So, to me, again, I like it. I like the game. Each of them is 5 chapters apiece, I believe. I think in the second game there are special bonuses for making it through a chapter without dying, or if you have under a certain number of deaths, I believe. But I don't remember that one because it was a while that I beat it. But I'd say if the developer of the game hears or sees this video, 3DS will be a good place to go ahead and test ground with it and throw it out there. And I know that you're working on other games currently, so that's all I got to say for that. The only issue I have with these games is that there's only one musical track. And I understand that the game is small, but if it had like one or two other tracks, each of them had one or two other tracks in the game just to fit the aesthetics of the different places you're in, that would be fine. That would actually work out really well because it gives some differentiation for what people are playing. Like, and one static track can get annoying to a player. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you guys very much for listening. If you'd like to support the channel, the links to purchase my book on Amazon are down below. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.